Hey guys, you're here with myself Amoss, and I've got a demo showcasing what's available in my new ingredients pack featuring Ableton 11 audio effects racks. The pack features 24 racks ranging from drum tools, mid-bass processing, risers, effects, and some really useful workflow utilities. Let's take a look. So I've got my full effects list down here on the left. That's going to be part of the pack. And I just wanted to show off a few of my favorites and a few that maybe need a bit more of a demo or a bit of explaining that the description on the product can't facilitate. So let's start in with this one. I've got a drum break, and this one is the multi-band comp. This is the dry break. So even with one control, I've managed to push out the bottom drums, made it a lot sharper. Just poking out the transients as well. And then there's a master output if you're not happy with the level at the end. Next one I've got, let's just check this isn't warped. This is a hip hop groove, and then I've got a lo-fi effect on this one. Let's hear the break on its own. And this one's super fun to play around with. Yeah, get that perfect lo-fi, crusty tape cassette sound. Moving on, we've got a mids rack here. This is the multi-effects rack. Let's just hear this bass on its own. So it's pretty cool, got a load of movement, got loads of different frequencies going on, and we can just mess around and play with a load of these controls here. It's my favourite, the filter. So yeah, you get the idea. Just a multi-effects rack, loads to play with there. Very fun to automate. Next one is more mids, because I know that's what you guys will be most excited about. This is a vocoder OTT rack. This is the sample on its own. And let's start playing around with it. So yeah, super crazy, get some horrible results sometimes, but some really cool results as well. I also like to use this on percussion. There's a nice compression built into this, which gets a nice like stab on the hits. So next I've got a riser, straightforward, one knob. I've chosen this sample because it's quite dry. Let's have a little listen, and I'll just move this up as we go. Let's start raising it up. So yeah, perfect for builds. Sounds great on leads, sounds great on drums, sounds great on just master groups as well. it's fun to just completely wash stuff out before a drop or something like that. So lastly, I've got this sub low mid harmonic controller, and this is basically 2 EQs, and it's sweeping across and finding frequency bands that I'd like to boost. I'm going to first cut the lows. Let's first listen to the sample actually. So it's got a nice on that wobble, it's got a really nice harmonic there, but I'm going to isolate take out the lows, sorry, and then I'm just going to whack this gain all the way up and then sweep with the frequency, find that kind of harmonic that I want, tone that down a little bit, and let's hear what it sounds like in the mix. And there's also a second EQ where I can basically copy what I did before or find a second harmonic or a third harmonic. Let's bring this down so I'm not getting distracted by it. So I'm at 185 there. I'm going to try and find the next. So I've obviously gone in quite aggressive on this for an audible demo, but yeah, it's just 2 EQs sweeping across, finding that, and then there's some overdrive as well if you want to start driving up some of that, where you can control the frequency on the distortion as well. Yeah, obviously some is going to start getting peaked if you're boosting really hard, but yeah, it's just a quick controller just to get that harmonic out of the sub, and it's a really fun tool. So yeah, there's plenty more involved in the pack. This is just a brief demo. There, if you haven't been onto the product website, there's a description of each effect and how to use it, but they're labeled with where I kind of use them most, but they're definitely not a rule on where you should be using them. So please play around and have some fun.